Right, some years ago I finally achieved my dream of becoming a European Commission lawyer, something I very much aspired for since I was a kid. And it took me years of effort, a legal career, moving across countries, leaving relationships, leaving friends, family, investments in money, energy and time, but finally I made it. And in order to make it, I learned a lot along the way. And now I want to share the lessons I learned with those who are on a similar path as mine or who aspire to take it. And I know how challenging, discouraging and confusing it can be to say, okay, I also want to become a European Commission lawyer. But hey, in order to make it even slightly easier for some of you, then it's worth it to make a video. So in this video, I want to break down exactly what it takes to become a European Commission lawyer and the steps you have to take in order to improve your chances. But anyway, hi everyone, my name is Federich. I'm an international lawyer based in Brussels, Belgium, and I've been a European Commission lawyer for the last 7 years. And my mission on YouTube is to provide value to at least one person per video. Okay, so the first point I would like to mention is passion versus genuine interest. And you've probably heard people saying, follow your passion. But what does it mean? And let's be real, how do you know you're truly passionate about something? And if I wanted to become a European Commission lawyer, I wouldn't be obsessed about whether this is my real passion, but I would ask myself the following questions. Am I naturally curious about it? Do I find myself learning about it even when it's not needed? And finally, am I doing this for myself or am I doing it for money, prestige, or social validation? And in fact, if your motivation to become a European Commission lawyer is external, just to chase a title or to impress others, it will be very difficult to sustain. And in my personal example, I was drawn by cultural diversity, by international perspectives, by getting to know different cultures and different languages, not about prestige or money. Essentially, since I was a kid, I understood that I enjoyed learning about the world. And this made me study EU law, made me study international context, made me improve my language skills. It made me nurture my passion for traveling, for instance. So my takeaway, if you really want to become a European Commission lawyer, is don't force yourself to do it. Don't oblige yourself to do it just because it looks good on paper. If you truly enjoy international law, international topics, and cross-border implications, this will come much easier to you. And the path will be very rewarding, even though it's very tough. Then on your path to becoming a European Commission lawyer, it's essential to have study or working experiences abroad. This is a must for this type of career. And this doesn't only apply to the European Commission. If you want to work for an international organization, you must have a study or work experience abroad. This is non-negotiable. And in my more than 7 years working for the European Commission, I sat on several interview panels, and trust me, this is a factor that is always assessed when interviewing a new candidate. And there's a number of practical steps you can implement to do that. Especially if you're a student, you can apply for Erasmus scholarships, for summer schools, or any other type of scholarship. And if you're working, if you're a professional, you can apply for secondments in your company. You can apply for international internships or stage. You can apply to exchange programs, for instance. And again, in my personal example, my studies abroad helped me out a lot in this respect. I studied in Spain and then in the UK after having graduated in Italy. And especially my Master of Laws in the UK helped me a lot to gain the tools, to gain confidence and adaptability, which are key in international contexts. So my actionable takeaway is find a way to gain international experience. It is key in international contexts and it will set you apart in EU-related job applications. Then another very valid point is to develop relevant working experience. And what do I mean by that? Having working experience doesn't just mean having knowledge or legal knowledge for lawyers. It means having a set of skills that sets you apart as an international professional. International organizations like the European Commission look for certain skills which go much beyond having just working experience. So I would look for certain specific areas of work which can help you succeed if you're looking for that type of job. So for instance, I specialized in European competition law, which is an important area of work of the European Union or of the European Commission. And a good idea would be to focus on similar areas which align with the EU work and with the EU priorities. And if you're interested in working for the European Commission, you will realize the European Commission deals with many different areas of work. When it comes to legal work, it deals with trade, competition, culture, energy, environment, a lot of things. But beyond focusing on one area of work and gaining the technical knowledge, working experience teaches you many other things. For instance, it teaches you empathy, understanding different perspectives in broad and diverse working teams. It teaches you adaptability, learning to work across cultures and across different types of people. It teaches you problem solving, especially for lawyers, solving difficult legal issues and policies challenges. So my actionable takeaway for people who want to work as lawyers for the European Commission is to develop specific legal expertise in one legal field and also to develop skills that go beyond mere legal expertise. Another very key thing thing you have to do if you want to work as a lawyer for the European Commission is to have determination. You have to keep going even when things get very rough. And this is very close to my heart because I experienced it myself as a lawyer. Determination is not just working hard, like many lawyers think. Determination is working well even when things go wrong or don't go well at all. And in my experience, coming from an island, Sardinia, disconnected from mainland Italy and from the rest of Europe, things may have gone in a completely different way. I could have picked a completely different career path because of my origin. And maybe you feel the same way, like your environment is not offering you the right opportunities. You struggle to find the right determination. But here's the sad truth: if you don't actually find ways to break out, no one else will help you. So determination is about finding practical ways to make it and going on regardless the circumstances. So if you feel like I did, geographically isolated, start going online, start going on LinkedIn, join law groups, any career forum, and research scholarships or international study programs to start building an international legal profile. And then apply for multiple opportunities, as many as you can, knowing that failure is just a part of the process. And if you feel the so-called imposter syndrome, don't worry. Many people from small cities like I am feel in international context the imposter syndrome. They feel out of place, but it's completely normal when you move to an international context or if you're trying to do so. And if you're trying to join a big international organization or a big institution like the European Commission, you would certainly feel out of place. I felt it too. But here's what I realized during my journey. Everyone experiences doubt, even those who seem very confident. And the best way to fight imposter syndrome, if you feel it, is to keep putting yourself into uncomfortable situations until the moment they will feel like normal. So my actionable takeaway here is that if you feel like you don't belong, remember that persistence and determination count much more than a mere background. And the more you will push yourself, the more you will realize you will belong. Then another great point, and I can confess I'm a master of that, is fail as many times as possible. It means you're trying. And if you're applying to EU-related jobs or internships or to jobs inside the European Commission, expect rejection. Not once, many times. Personally, I had tens or maybe hundreds of rejections, and I failed several times before having my first job at the European Commission. Just to make some examples, first interview with a EU competition law firm in London, I miserably failed. People were laughing at me. My first European Commission application back in 2016, after tens of applications, I was miserably rejected, and the head of unit also treated me not very nicely. Even the Blue Book traineeship, which is the traineeship which got me into the European institutions back in 2014, I applied at least 3 times before getting in. But you know what's the thing? The thing is that every single rejection taught me something. And if you're trying, you're getting rejected, or if you're afraid of being rejected, here's what you can do. First of all, you can improve your weak areas. You can practice interviews. Maybe your language skills are not good enough. Maybe you don't have the legal competence and you still have to improve it. Then ask for feedback to your interviewers. If they're nice people, and they certainly went through that, they would give you feedback. But most importantly, keep applying. The more you will do, the better you will get. So my actionable takeaway is fail as much as possible. Failing means you're in the game. Failing means you're moving on. You know who are the people who never fail? Those who never try. Then another key thing, if you want to work as a lawyer for the European Commission or for the European Commission in general, is to start building a network. Start building key contacts. And let me tell you, it sounds a bit dodgy, but it's not. Let me explain. If you want to work for the European institutions, for the European Commission, building a network is key. And how did I do it? Well, when I did my stage at the European Commission, the Blue Book traineeship back in 2014, this was key for me to start building contacts with senior officials and with heads of unit, which helped me a lot. So I used my Blue Book traineeship not only to learn, but also to understand more, to gather information, to build key contacts. So I joined a lot of EU-related professional networks, and I went to a lot of EU law conferences. And there I also met a lot of people who then after became also my friends. And how can you do it? Well, online you can do so many things. For instance, on LinkedIn, reach out to people who work in the EU institutions, in the European Commission. You can't imagine how many people do it with me and with how many people I did it myself. And people, if they're genuine, they would be happy to give you advice, to give you guidance. And attend EU career fairs, webinars, networking events, events of any type. And if you're a lawyer, not just legal events, any type of events can be useful for you. And follow up with the people you meet. Relationships are very important, especially if they're genuine. So my actionable takeaway here is start building connections before you need them. Not just when you need something, you write to someone and then hopefully they give you the right information. That's not enough. The right connections can open to you a lot of doors, whether you're in the institutions already or whether you want to get in. So start doing it now. So my final thoughts, if you want to work for the European Commission as a lawyer or as anything else, start preparing now. Ask yourself whether you're developing a genuine interest. Stay determined and push through tough obstacles. Expect failure, a lot of failure, and learn from it. Not just get desperate about the disappointment. Gain international experience, whether it's study or work. Gain international experience, it's key for your success. And build relevant skills, whether it's relevant legal skills or any other transversal or horizontal skills. And finally, network strategically well in advance. So if you're in the process or if you're considering the process, what's the biggest challenge you're facing? Mention it in the comments. I will be happy to help. And if you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, and if you enjoyed the video or if you found it helpful in any possible way, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It would help me very much in my YouTube journey. To the next one. Peace.